Okay, here we go. Okay.
Hey, I'm okay. The JV games are standard, and I just connected. So, anyway, hopefully everything's okay.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay. No problem. So yeah, I'm just talking into the mic now, so hopefully it'll pick up. And oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I already did. Yeah. So okay. Oh, no problem. So. No, he said he's not. He said, he's not feeling well, so he'll try to make the next one. So, anyway, it's yeah, it should be a good game. Decatur Central looks like has their best team in quite a few years. So, yeah, they're 2-1. So, okay, all right. Okay, no problem. All right, sure, thanks, bye-bye. Okay, we're going on in 20 seconds. 15. 10. 5, 4, 3. Hello, and welcome to Cascade High School in Clayton, Indiana. My name is Lec Zorn, and I'll be bringing you all the action as our Cascade Lady Cadets challenge the Decatur Central Lady Hawks in Game 3 of the Indiana high school basketball season. Well, after opening the season ranked at number 10, our Lady Cadets are off to a disappointing 0-2 start. A week ago tonight, they played well offensively, but gave up 21 offensive rebounds and committed 24 turnovers as they lost to Indian Creek 75-73. Then last Saturday, against 9th-ranked Covenant Christian, Cascade greatly improved their weak areas of the Indian Creek game, but shot just 24% from the field and lost 55-41, particularly struggling amid the absence of starting point guard and leading scorer Olivia Bryant, who missed much of the game with foul trouble. After scoring 30 points in the opener, the 5'6" senior scored just 14 on Saturday. And when Olivia was off the court, the Lady Warriors had an easier time containing the only other big scorer for Cascade, 6' senior Hannah Rasnake, who scored 20 against Indian Creek but only 9 against Covenant Christian. Tonight, in their last home game for 31 days, our Lady Cadets go for their first win of the season against the Decatur Central Lady Hawks, who finally appear to be turning a corner after 7 consecutive losing seasons. After losing their opener a week ago Thursday at Bloomington North 68-52, the Lady Hawks rebounded with home wins last Friday and Saturday, 55-50 over Perry Meridian and 63-41 over Greenwood Christian. Returning only one player who was a heavy contributor last season, 6'2" junior center Ajulu Thatha, Decatur Central's surprising improvement has been largely the result of 2 rising sophomore stars, 5'6" shooting guard Vanessa Wilson, who leads the team in scoring with 15.3 points per game, as well as 2 steals per game, while 5'8" point guard Vanessa Wilson, while 5'8" point guard Kenzee Smith averages 12.3 points per game and team highs of 4.3 assists and 3 steals per game. In addition, 5'9" junior power forward Isabelle Burr is averaging 9 points and a team high 10.7 rebounds per game. And finally, the aforementioned Ajulu Thatha is averaging 10 points 8.7 rebounds, and a team-high 2 blocks per game. So tonight, Cascade needs to find better scoring balance against a team that has 4 players who are averaging at least 9 points per game. Outside of Olivia and Hannah, Cascade has mostly struggled on offense over the first 2 games. 5'9" senior power forward Amelia Bryant is averaging 8.5 points a game, but no other Lady Cadet is averaging as many as 4 points per game. And going up against a dynamic pair of rebounders in Burr and Thawthaw, it's particularly important that Cascade do as good a job as they did against Covenant Christian in boxing out and preventing offensive rebounds. The head coach for Cascade is David Carpenter, who's 33-17 in his 3rd season with the Lady Cadets. The head coach for Decatur Central is Daryl Gibbs, who's 8-18 in his 2nd season with the Lady Hawks. Well, at this time, we'll take a short pause for a few words from our sponsors, and then we'll be back with the opening tip-off. Cascade Decatur Central coming at you live next. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywall, and North Salem State Bank, Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, and Dunn Insurance Agency, Gold Partner, Endeavor Communications, Silver Partner, Electric Plus, and Bronze Partner, Hankey Photography, and DMH Photographics. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student-athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton, we're just a few minutes away from tip-off. The 2 teams are out here on the court, either doing stretching exercises or doing practice baskets. We have 12:45 to go here on the pregame clock. We got a very nice crowd here, especially for a Tuesday night game. We have about 200 fans here who appear to be still filing in. Looks like we have about 50 or so Decatur Central fans who made the trip from the southwest side of Indianapolis. Decatur Central has been a power for several years, one of the top 5 A teams in the state in football in this decade, and they're finally starting to catch on in girls basketball as well. Like I said, the Lady Hawks having finished under 500 the last 7 seasons, but now off to a 2-1 start this season, thanks largely to a couple of sophomores in Kenzee Smith and Vanessa Wilson. So it's good to see that Decatur Central's been turning a corner. I've commentated many of their games over the years in football as well as boys and girls basketball, but of course the concern right now is for Cascade to get on track. This is their 3rd game of the season. All have been at home, and after tonight they're going to go on the road for 6 consecutive games. They won't be back home here until December the 15th. That is 4 weeks from Saturday. Then when they'll play here on 2 consecutive days. On the 15th, they will have a boys-girls varsity doubleheader against Owen Valley, and then the next afternoon the Lady Cadets will play against South Putnam, which is a particularly significant game since South Putnam eliminated us in a big upset in the semifinal of the sectional last year right here at Clayton. A very crushing defeat, especially considering that Cascade had maybe the best team in school history, and we're counting on winning the sectional and very possibly more. So certainly, especially with South Putnam still being in our sectional, it would be great if we were to get a big win, make a statement that night, and certainly that would help us psychologically recover from last year's loss, which was especially crushing because we had beaten South Putnam in the regular season by 22 at South Putnam. So, certainly it would be great to get a win here to send us off on the road trip. The first game of the road trip is Friday night, and it will be one of a few road and neutral site games we're going to be bringing you this season. We're going to be just a few miles from here. We're going to be still in the county, 8 miles away, to play the Danville Lady Warriors, who are currently ranked 12th in the state in Class 3A and are one of the top contenders for the Class 3A state championship this season. They returned all 5 starters from a team that went all the way to the semi-state last year, even though we actually did beat them during the regular season 69-62, which I have a soft spot in my heart for that game, as it was the first Cascade girls basketball game that I ever commentated. In fact, it was the first Cascade girls basketball game here in our relationship with Audio Sports Online, a relationship that we hope will last for many decades. So, anyway, this season, Cascade, had a lot of expectations, even though we lost 2 starters from last year's team, Bailey Walker and Michaela Collier, both of whom are playing collegiately now. Walker at Franklin, Collier at Goshen. We have 7 seniors, including 3 starters from last season. And I think most fans thought that we were going to start off 2-0. We certainly should have won the Indian Creek game, leading by 15 in the second quarter. It was obviously, the loss was, even though Indian Creek played very well in the comeback, we're responsible for, giving up 21 offensive rebounds and committing 24 turnovers. The good thing about it, even though we did lose to Covenant Christian on Saturday, it was great to see that we made dramatic improvements in the areas in which in which we were bad against Indian Creek. For example, like I said, we gave up 21 offensive rebounds to Indian Creek. We gave up only 7 to Covenant Christian. And what was really encouraging was that, nearly every time that there was a shot, many times when there was a shot, I saw, more than one Lady Cadet instantly jump up very hard to try to get the rebound. So clearly they were very conscious about not repeating that mistake. Even good teams sometimes have games where they do very badly in a particular area, but they always try to correct that for the next game, and the Lady Cadets did that. And also, they committed 24 turnovers in the Indian Creek loss, only 15 to Covenant Christian. And granted, 15 is still too many, but it is a very good improvement over 24. So what we have to do tonight is just get better offense. We need to keep Olivia Bryant in the game for the whole 32 minutes, or at least close to it. She committed three fouls in the first half, in the first quarter on Saturday against Covenant Christian, and we just never got on track after that. And Hannah just wasn't herself, so we need to keep that inside outside scoring balance, between those 2 players. And what I'm really hoping to see today, besides a win, obviously, since you don't want to, when you open with 3 games at home, you don't want to lose all of them, especially when your next 6 are on the road. But what I'm really hoping that we will have another double-figure scorer in this game. The most likely would be Amelia Bryant, she's close to double figures, 8.5. She scored 9 against Indian Creek, 8 against Covenant Christian. She is leading the team in rebounding with 12.5 a game. So, the best chance would be if she were to, get 3 or 4 putbacks, get offensive rebounds and convert into easy points. But really, going through the rest of the roster, it's really hard to look at another player and think that she's a likely candidate to get a 10-point game. And, it would not surprise me if over these next few games, Coach Carpenter experimented with several girls from the JV team to see if any of, gives one of them 10 or 15 varsity minutes and see what happens. Because I think that we can be a good team with Olivia and with Hannah being our only 2 dominant scorers, but I don't think we can be a great team this season if we don't get another scorer, who averages at least 7, who regularly is putting in at least 7 or 8 points a game, and who's a threat. Maybe he doesn't get double figures every game, but at least is a threat to get double figures. Enough of an offensive threat to attract significant defensive attention so that the defenses won't have the luxury of clamping down on Olivia and Hannah, because as we saw against Covenant Christian, when Hannah was our only good scorer in the game, we really struggled. And our players, if you took away Olivia and Hannah, the rest of our players shot 4 for 21 from the field, just under 20%. And obviously, and the immortal words of Jim Mora, I don't care who you play. When you have that kind of shooting percentage, you're not going to beat a whole lot of teams. And while I was glad to see the Lady Cadets open the season ranked number 10, and certainly it was a great compliment to the team, a testament to how good they were last year and how much they had returning. They have already dropped out of the rankings. They only rank 10 teams in the AP poll in Class 2A. Cascade actually opened at 10. Then last week, despite not playing a game, they were 12. I guess several teams had moved up because they had played games and done well. But now Cascade did not even get any votes in this week's poll. So, while it's disappointing to have them out of the top 10 for the first time in about a year, they jumped in, I think, in week 3 or 4 last year, stayed in the rest of the season, got as high as number 5. But really, it's not, I think, losing the top 10 ranking, falling out of the polls, is not necessarily a bad thing. It can be a motivating factor, and it could allow us to fly under the radar as we recover from that 0-2 start and hopefully get a good winning streak going. So now we have a 3:45 to go here on the pregame clock. The teams have both returned to the locker rooms. We have silence here, just to calm before the storm, and so definitely it'll be a big emotional boost for this team if they get a win today. This is the third year of this series between Cascade and Decatur Central. 2 years ago here at Clayton, Cascade won by a score of 64-40, and then it was a very similar score last year out at Decatur Central on the southwest side of Indianapolis, with Cascade winning by a score of 60-39. But this looks like it's a much improved Decatur Central team under second-year head coach Daryl Gibbs. So, it's just a week ago at this time when my broadcast partner Colin Bruns and I were sitting here awaiting the start of the Indian Creek game, I thought, this game against Decatur Central tonight was going to be a mere formality. I thought we'd be 2-0 and we would roll over Decatur Central easily. Now, while I still think we're going to win, I no longer think it's going to be a cakewalk. I think we're going to have to fight for this one. And then another thing is, you just wonder what if our confidence is maybe a little down. So it'll be interesting to watch the body language, the spirit of Cascade here in the opening minutes, see how much confidence they play with. And then if they get a lead, a significant lead like they did against Indian Creek, if they keep that eye of the tiger, if they keep that whole attitude like, Sensei John Kreese says in The Karate Kid, strike first, strike hard, no mercy, and just keep that attitude all 32 minutes and keep playing hard. And if we get a big lead, remember what got us there and keep doing it rather than taking a foot off the accelerator. So now the teams have both returned to the court here and are taking some final warm-up baskets. 1:30 to go now on the pregame clock. 8:03 is your time of day. We were several minutes late in starting the JV game, and it stretched out well past, I think the JV game lasted till about 7:42 or so. Cascade ended up winning by a score of 30-27. It was tied Cascade tied it with about a minute left and then hit 3 out of 4 free throws in the final seconds to put it away, combined with some extremely poor judgment by Decatur Central. When Cascade made the final free throw, there were 19 seconds left. Then the Lady Hawks went down, looked like they didn't know what they wanted to do despite coming off a timeout. And then finally, with 5.1 seconds left, called a timeout as if, they had no idea what they, wanted to do. And, even though they should have shot with at least 30 seconds, with at least 10 seconds, to go, so they would have had time to get a rebound and a second shot. And then when they got the ball after the timeout, on the first inbounds attempt, it was deflected out of bounds to Decatur Central with 4.9 seconds left. And then when the ball was inbounded, they actually went for and made a 2, even though they needed a 3, and that was the last play of the game. So, and then in the JV game, Decatur Central gave us the friggin' game to, reverse my quote, my Jim Mora quote from Saturday when I was referring to the Indian Creek loss. And at that, we'll pause for the national anthem. Well, thank you to the Cascade Pep Band for that lovely rendition of the national anthem. And I'll tell you, I'm currently boycotting both the NBA and the NFL for a lot of reasons. I think both leagues and many of the players are just so far out of touch with reality and with the way that common everyday Americans like you and me live. And, I've watched about one half of one Colts game this year. I watched parts of two. I watched parts of the second and third Colts games, and that was it, totaling about one half of one game. And I just feel like, it's not merely the national anthem thing, but I think the fact that the national anthem, the national anthem, kneeling for the national anthem is just a symptom of a bigger problem. And, I'm very political, and I have friends, even though I'm very political, I have friends with whom I disagree with very strongly on political matters. I don't mind that, but what I do mind is when I turn on a sporting event and I'm subjected to this political indoctrination and being told how I'm supposed to feel about things. I watch sports to take, when I watch a game, it's supposed to be, taking a break from all the nonsense, all the wars and all the social problems of the world for just 2 or 3 hours. It's just a wonderful diversion. And now to have that, where I can't even watch a game or hear an interview. In the case of the NBA players, some of the political comments that are made, in the locker room rather than, players doing it on their own time. It's just a big turnoff for me. But now we've got, to start off the game, Trinity Hostetler jumping for Cascade, Ajulu Thawthaw for Decatur Central. And Decatur Central controls the tip. We've got Vanessa Wilson handling the ball, one of 2 star sophomores for the Lady Hawks, who've helped them greatly in their 2-1 start. So now over to Kenzee Wilson. Inside now, turnaround, hook shot, no good. Decatur Central controls the rebound. That was Amelia Bryant. She pitches up to Olivia Bryant, who they're hoping to stay in the game the whole time. She had 30 in the opener, only 14 in a foul-plagued game against Covenant Christian on Saturday. So now, Hannah Rasnake over to Olivia, shoots a 3. She hit it! Yes! Great start, Olivia. 3-0 lead in the first minute for Cascade, excuse me. Now let's just keep that up. And now we've got a whistle. Yeah, we got a travel there. They called Kristen Dyson. Kristen Dyson, the only senior currently on Decatur Central, for a travel. And now inbounds pass there to Olivia Bryant. Brings it up. Passes over to Hannah Rasnake. And now a steal there. And she almost, Isabelle Burr, and now pitches over to Thawthaw. No good. Burr with the rebound. She puts it up and in. So Isabelle Burr gets the first Lady Hawks points. Cascade still leads 3-2. And now wide open 3. No good. Rebound there by Burr. So now Decatur Central with the ball with a chance to take the lead. 6:39 to go here in the first quarter at Clayton. Third game of the season. Cascade trying to overcome an 0-2 start. Now Thawthaw with a pass stolen there by Olivia. She fast break, brings it down, but then pulls up and hits a 3. No, she misses it, but rebound there. Rebound attempt knocked out of bounds to Cascade with 6:24 to go. So Lady Cadets with a 3-2 lead in the ball here. 6:24 to go in the first quarter. Inbounds now to Hannah Rasnake. Pitches over to the right corner. Now back to Hannah. Knocked out of bounds to Cascade. 6:13 to go here in the first quarter. 3-2 Cascade lead over Decatur Central. My name is Lec Zorn, coming at you live here on audiosportsonline.com. We're going to be bringing you all the Cascade. And now drive to the basket, puts it up, no good. Rebound blocked, but Cascade controls the rebound, so they already have 2 offensive rebounds. And now three-pointer by Olivia, no good. And another rebound by the Lady Hawks, so that's 3 offensive rebounds now this trip down court. Now a baseline jumper is good. That was Sophia Bryant. So the 2 of the 3 Bryant triplets have scored now, and it's a 5-2 lead. And now an errant pass goes out of bounds to Cascade. 5:46 to go here in the first quarter. Now Carly Gibbs coming into the game for Decatur Central. And Amelia Bryant sits down. Carly Gibbs, a 5'10 freshman. Actually, 5'10 sophomore, excuse me. Sophomore. So Olivia now passes over to Hannah on the right perimeter. Behind the back dribble, drives to the basket. Pitches over now, fakes the 3. Drives into the lane, now pitches back to Olivia. It's tipped, but she maintains control. Now she drives to the basket, puts it up. She hit it! Olivia with 5 now, and it's a 7-2 lead. Off to a good start here. So now the other end, we have Kenzee Smith handling the ball for Decatur Central. Pitches over to Dyson. Now over to Vanessa Williamson at the top of the key. She drives in, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound there by Hostetler. She pitches up to Olivia. And now pitches back over to Trinity. And now we've got a whistle here. I think they're going to get thought. No, they said Hostetler traveled. So no fouls yet on either team. 4:54 to go here in the first quarter. Cascade leading 7-2 over Decatur Central. So Thaw there over to and now pass steal attempt goes out of bounds to Decatur Central. 4:46 to go here in the first quarter. 7-2 lead for Cascade. Lady Cadets trying to get their first win of the season against the resurgent Lady Hawks. And now a three-pointer from the corner, wide open. No good by Kenzee Smith. And Olivia gets the rebound, brings it up herself. And now it stays at the top of the key. Pitches over to the left perimeter, drives to the basket, puts it up off the glass, but she travels. So a couple of early turnovers there. That, by the way, that was Gibbs who traveled there, negating what could have been a three-point play. So Thaw now with the ball, pitches over to Smith now, over to Burr, puts it up, no good, and it goes out of bounds to Decatur Central. 4:21 to go here in the first quarter at Clayton. Now pitch inside. It's and we got a steal there by Olivia. She takes it down, puts it up off the glass. It is knocked out of bounds there by Kenzee Smith. Nevertheless, great effort there by Olivia. 4:15 to go. I'll tell you, I think Olivia knows that her being out for over half of the first half on Saturday really took away any realistic chance Decatur Central had to win the game. And she's trying to make up for it tonight. Now a three-pointer by Gibbs, no good. And now Thought gets the rebound and pitches it over to Dyson. But now we've got I believe it was a palming violation against Dyson there. So now Hannah inbounds to and now we've got a timeout here with 4:01 to go, nearly halfway through. It's a Decatur Central timeout, 30-second timeout. So let me catch my breath here. I'll tell you, I listen to all of my broadcasts at work, usually the first work day after the game. And today I listened to my commentary of the Covenant Christian game on Saturday, and I'll tell you, that is the most that's the dullest I think I've ever sounded. I'm not saying my commentary was bad. I hope it wasn't. But it was just so spiritless. And part of it was fatigue because I came from a film set. I had a fairly physically demanding film shoot that morning down around the Monrovia area. But then I think once Olivia got her third foul in the first quarter, I really felt it was all but over. And it just really took the wind out of my sails. And I was just really... And now a three-pointer by Olivia. She hit it! She hit it! So Olivia, she scored 30 in the debut, in the season debut last Tuesday. She's playing like she wants to top it tonight and make up for her 14-point game on Saturday. It's 10-2 now in favor of Cascade. Now a three-pointer there by Thaw, no good. And now Hannah pulls down the rebound, pitches down court to Olivia, and she puts up another three. She hit it! She hit it! 11 points by Olivia Bryant. 13-2 now in favor of Cascade. Boy, I'll tell you, we've come tonight to slay the demons of South Putnam, the demons of Indian Creek, and of Covenant Christian. So now Vanessa Wilson with the ball pitches over to Kenzee Smith, to Dyson, now to Thaw, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound there by Smith. She's fouled while she puts it up. That's the first foul of the game by either team, coming with 2:59 to go here in the first quarter. Well, I've already displayed more. I've already displayed more emotion in the first 5:01 of this game than I did the entire Covenant Christian game there, as Smith hits her first. And I'll tell you, Decatur Central, and this isn't that unusual for a young team, but Decatur Central's been a little bit careless with the ball tonight. So this is a game where their youth and inexperience, could be a liability for them. There as Smith hits them both, cutting the lead to 13-4. Now Olivia brings it up. It's guarded there, and now Olivia drives to the basket, double teamed. Now a steal there by Dyson, pitches down to Wilson, who hits a jumper just inside the three-point line. So Vanessa Wilson with her first points of the game. So now all of a sudden a 4-point lead by a 4-point run there by Decatur Central, although Cascade still with a 7-point lead. So Olivia with the ball now, guarded by Wilson. And now we got a steal by Kenzee Smith, who brings it down, puts it up on the glass, and she's fouled. So now Decatur Central, now if I were Coach Carpenter now, I'd take a timeout and say, hey, settle down. Remember what got you that 13-2 lead. So now Smith, who hit 2 free throws less than a minute ago, now back on the line for 2 more. That foul was on Amelia Bryant, The first free throw is up and good by Kenzee Smith. Second one is up and no good, in and out. However, rebounded by Burr, and she pitches back out. And now a three-pointer, no good. Thaw gets it, no good. And now a rebound there by Burr, who puts it up, no good. Finally, Cascade gets the rebound, pitches down to Olivia. Shoots a three. She hit it! She hit it! Oh, my God! Olivia Bryant with 14 in the first 6 minutes of the game, already equaling what she had against Covenant Christian. Now a three-pointer by Vanessa Wilson. She hits it. So it's a 16-10 Cascade lead. Well, and the way that Wilson shot that, it was almost like she felt the game slipping away. And now a steal there and a steal attempt. Jump ball possession arrow favors Cascade. And I'll tell you, the first game I could see the possession arrow from my vantage point. Now I can't because it's blocked by the senior posters. So, oh well. So it's I'll just have to go by memory now, and I do have a pretty darn good memory, so that does help. So 1:39 to go. Cascade inbounding the ball under their own basket. Pitches inside to Hannah now. Drives to the basket. Floater in the lane. She hits it. Hannah with her first points. So that pushes the lead back up to 8. Hannah with 20 in the opener, but only 9 on Saturday. So now with a three-pointer from the corner. No good. Rebound there by Smith. Over to Thaw. Three-pointer from the corner. No good. And rebound by Burr now, who pitches it over now. And now Wilson with another three-pointer. No good off the front of the rim. This time a rebound there by Hannah. She brings it up herself. And now pitches over to Olivia. Guarded by Wilson. Now back to Hannah at the top of the key. 55 seconds to go in the quarter. Back to Olivia. Lady Hawks in a 2-3 zone now. And now a steal attempt by Thaw, but Amelia Bryant maintains control, pitches over back to now to Amelia. Now three-pointer, no good. Rebound there by Burr, 38 seconds to go. And Vanessa Wilson brings it up for Decatur Central. Now Kenzee Smith handling the ball over to Wilson. Now back over to Lindsey Duncan there in the corner. Now Wilson, now it's nearly stolen, but Burr maintains control. And now now Burr travels, so Cascade will get the possession of the ball back with 21.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. They have an 18-10 lead, thanks to 14 points by Olivia Bryant, who really came showing that that she's taken responsibility, that she's bearing the burden on her shoulders to win this game for her team, and so far doing an outstanding job. And now a three-pointer by Olivia blocked. Now the rebound goes out of bounds to Cascade with 2.8 seconds to go. So the Lady Cadets can have one more shot to score here. So now we've got coming into the game Kaylin Barr, not Caitlin, but Kaylin, as Thotha sits down. So now and now they don't get a shot off. So overall, a very good start for your Cascade Lady Cadets as they go for their first victory of the season. They came out swinging. They lead the Decatur Central Hawks by a score of 18-10 here on audiosportsonline.com. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. Now, wait, hold on. So there's some kind of foul here. So there was, I guess, a technical against Decatur Central. So Olivia's on the line for two now. So I apologize. I didn't catch that. I was too busy reading the ads. And first, second one, no good, but still 15 for the quarter. Wow, how many technicals were there? Now this is her third shot. Man, I wonder what happened. It must have been pretty bad. So Olivia now, she hits it. So 16 now for Olivia. Oh, my God. So now I think that officially ends the first quarter with your Cascade Lady Cadets leading the Decatur Central Lady Hawks 20-10 here on audiosportsonline.com. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywall, and North Salem State Bank, Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, and Dunn Insurance Agency, Gold Partner Endeavor Communications, Silver Partner Electric Plus, and Bronze Partner Hankey Photography and DMH Photographics. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student-athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton, we're about to start the second quarter where your Cascade Cadets have come as if they want to slay the demons of the last three games, slay them in a big way and smash them into a million pieces. They have come out on top. They have come out firing, running on all cylinders. Olivia Bryant scored 16 points, already eclipsing the 14 she scored in her foul-troubled game on Saturday. And she's outscored Decatur Central by herself and also playing like she thinks there's several college scouts in attendance tonight, which there probably are. So now to start off the second quarter, Vanessa Wilson pitches over to Kaylin Barr. Now inside to Burr, puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebound by Burr, puts it up and in. So Isabelle Burr with 4 points now, cutting the lead to 8. So Olivia brings it down now for Cascade. And now a steal there by Wilson. And then Olivia tries to get it right back, and she commits the foul. No, I'm sorry, that's not Olivia. That is Emma Parsons, a 5'6 freshman. Wears number 12. Olivia wears number 13. So I guess they decided to give Olivia hold on. So now Wilson with the ball now. Long three-pointer. That's NBA distance. No good. Now rebound by, put it back up and in by Burr, who has 4 points to start off the quarter, cutting the lead from 10 to 6. Burr has 6 on the game to lead the Lady Hawks. It's now the thing to do. And now another steal by Wilson. And now tie up there, and I got a jump ball possession arrow favoring Cascade. So And now Olivia coming back in for Parsons. Yeah, after the two consecutive steals there, you definitely want to get Olivia back into the game. If she scores 16 in every point in every quarter, that would give her 64 for the game. We shall see. So now Hannah with the ball. She drives to the basket. Pitches over to a long three. In and out. No good. A loose ball. A struggle for the loose ball. And now it was Lindsay Duncan got it, but they got a travel here against Decatur Central. So Cascade still leading by 6, but they've been outscored 4-0 to start the second quarter here. So now Cathatha coming back in for Burr. Now inside, and now a steal attempt there, but Cascade maintains control, and I think we have a foul there against. I think they said somebody reached in on Olivia. It's going to be on Thatha. So now Hannah with the ball. Over to Olivia, back to Hannah. And now we've got a travel there. So let's see. Yeah, that was that was Taylor Norris there, who's a 5'8" sophomore, actually played a little bit of varsity ball as a freshman last season. So now Vanessa Wilson with the ball over to Barr. Now over into Thatha at the free throw line. It's knocked away. A steal there by Cascade. Fast break. Lay it up. No good. Got the offensive rebound, though. Put it up, though. No good. And now the another offensive rebound. So Cascade. And now over to Hannah for a wide open three. And I think there's a whistle. Was she fouled in the act of shooting? No, against Cascade. That's going to be Amelia Bryant. That's her second. Only 4 fouls against Cascade, 2 against Decatur Central. Very low fouling game so far. So now Kristen Dyson to inbounds for Cascade, or for Decatur Central, excuse me. Now Thatha passes to Burr. Now over, now fakes the three. Jump shot. No good there by Duncan. And now struggle for the loose ball. It goes out of bounds to Cascade with 5:42 to go. The Lady Cadets still with a 6-point lead. They have not scored in this quarter. Olivia Bryant scored 16 of their 20 in the first quarter. So now Olivia Bryant with the three. No good, but and now Thatha comes up with the rebound. Kenzee Smith brings it past midcourt for Decatur Central. Now a three-pointer there by Thatha. No good. Rebound there by Dyson. Inside to Burr. Now pitches over and out to Duncan for three. No good. And I'll tell you, Decatur Central is settling for a lot of three-point shots tonight. More than I would think, especially for a team with that much size, especially with the Julu. Thatha being 6'2". So now Olivia with the ball, fakes the three, then jump shot in the lane. She hits it. I'm sorry, that was Hannah. Excuse me, that was Hannah. She has 4 points now. She hasn't shot a lot today just because she doesn't need to. So now they got Duncan on the other end of the court. Shot is blocked and rebounded there by Olivia. She brings it up herself. Pitches down court, and player bobbles it, but then gets control. Pitches over for a short bank shot. No good. Rebound there by Duncan there. She pitches up to Smith, who crosses the center court. Now Smith takes it all the way in, and they foul her in the act of shooting. Let's see. That's on Amelia Bryant, and she will sit down. And triplet sister Sophia Bryant coming in now. Well, Amelia getting 3 fouls. Her third foul in the second quarter is not quite as bad as Olivia getting 3 fouls in the first, which is what happened Saturday in the Covenant Christian loss. And now they've got I think they said that Burr pushed off there. 4:10 to go. A very low-scoring second quarter. 4-2 Decatur Central margin here in the second quarter. So now I'll try to catch my breath. The 2-3 zone there by Decatur Central. Olivia with now double-teamed, pitches over to Hannah. Drives into the lane, puts it up. No good. Thaw with the rebound. And now Wilson over to Smith, now to Dyson, to Thaw. Fakes a three, drives to the basket, puts it up off the glass. No good, gets her own rebound. It is knocked out of bounds to Cascade. So Cascade with a 22-14 lead. And we got a timeout here. Cascade taking a 30-second timeout. I'll tell you, Thaw on the season coming into tonight has attempted 14 three-point field goals. She's made 4 of them. But, being as tall as she is at 6'2", she ought to be in there posting up, especially since she's a fairly athletic player. And, if she continues to improve, she could be a Division I prospect a year from now when she'll be a senior. As a team, by the way, Decatur Central has hit 21 of 58 three-point field goals on the season. That's 36%. So now Olivia brings the ball up for Cascade. And now we got a steal there. Drive to the basket and knocked away there. Great effort there to stop the layup there. That was, who was that? I believe that was Juliana Schmidt. I can't see the number. And she's sitting down now. Okay, it was 33, so that's Macy Cansdale, who I believe just and now there's a three-pointer there by Vanessa Wilson. She has 8 now to lead Decatur Central. But yeah, that's the first time I believe that's the first time she's ever played varsity ball. So all of a sudden it's a 5-point lead. So it's a 7-2 margin this half, and now a short jumper was no good by Cascade, rebounded by Decatur Central with an even 3 minutes to go. So it's a 7-2 edge in the quarter by Decatur Central. Boy, we can't let ourselves blow another double-figure lead. That would be devastating. Hannah with the only 2 Cascade points here in the quarter. So now Vanessa Wilson with the ball. Pitches over there to now the good ball movement there. Jumper by Thaw, and she hits it. Those are her first points of the game. Cutting the lead to 3. Now a three-pointer wide open by Hannah. No good. Rebound there by Dyson. She pitches over to, by Smith, pitches over to Wilson. Now down to Thaw. She drives to the basket, puts it up. She hits it, so all of a sudden 4 quick points by Thaw, and the lead is cut to 1. So now Cascade, they need to get something going on offense. Hannah with the ball, and she travels. So now Decatur Central has the ball with a chance to take a lead. The only tie was 0-0. Boy, it would be devastating to blow a lead, to blow a 10-point lead here. So now Dyson down to Thaw, drives to the basket, puts it up off the glass, no good, and Cascade comes with the rebound. And I think we got a technical there on Coach Carpenter. Yes. Oh, no. And he's standing there in disbelief like he doesn't know what he did. But this is the kind of game you cannot afford a technical. And now Carpenter's talking to one of the officials. It does not appear to be heated, but he still seems to be have an attitude of like, what did I do? Boy, I hope that I hope it doesn't come down to a situation in which the game hinges on this technical. I sure hope not. So now Wilson shooting the first free throw. It is good, and we're tied. Vanessa Wilson with 9 points to lead Decatur Central. And Carpenter's still talking to the same official, by the way. And Wilson hits second, and Decatur Central has their first lead of the game. So Wilson with 10 now, and Decatur Central does get the ball. It's not a time to panic, but it is a time to be concerned. And now finally the conversation just ended. They talked for about a solid minute, Carpenter to the official. So Burr now over to Wilson for a three. She hit it. So Vanessa Wilson with 5 points in just a few seconds. And it's a 16-2 run to start off the quarter by Cascade. And now you see all of a sudden it looks like the Lady Cadets are panicked on offense now. And now there's this sloppy pass there, but it was kicked by Decatur Central. So Cascade will have the ball. They'll take it out from under their own basket. 1:37 to go. They trail by 4. So now Olivia with the ball, a long three. She hit it! Olivia with 19 now. So we cut the lead to 1. Boy, it'd be great if we could get the lead before we go into the locker room. And now a steal attempt there, but I think they're going to get her for the reach-in. Who was that? That was Trinity Hostetler. So Isabelle Burr going to the free throw line with her team up by 1 with 1:26 to go here in the quarter. And they're still waiting for her to get the ball. 1 of 3 coming into the game. She's in and out, so Cascade will take the lead with a field goal. Olivia brings it down. Double teamed now. Pitches over to the right perimeter. Now over to Hannah at the top of the key. Now fakes the three. Pitches back. Now drive to the basket. Pitches over to Hannah for 3. She hit it! Hannah with 7, and we go back up. So all of a sudden, a 6-0 Cascade run since we went down by 4. After consecutive threes by Olivia and Hannah. So now a three-pointer by Vanessa Wilson. She hits it. She has 16 now. So now it's Decatur's, and now Decatur Central goes back on top by 1. 29 seconds to go in the half. I know we still have over a half to play, but it would be, and now a jump shot is good there. Who was that? That was Sophia. She has 4 points now. So we go back up by 1 point, 14 seconds to go. I really want to take the lead. I was about to say I really want us to take the lead into the locker room for psychological reasons. So 7 seconds now. Dyson with the ball, and we've got I believe that Decatur Central just took a timeout with 4.4 seconds to go, trying to set up a last shot to try to get. No, it was against a foul against Smith. That's her first. So now inbounds the ball. Now Olivia has it, 2 seconds, puts up a 3. It's partly blocked, and that's the end of the half. But your Cascade Lady Cadets do get the lead back. They're up by 1 over Decatur Central at the half, 30-29 here on audiosportsonline.com. We'll be back with a recap after these words from our sponsors. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywall and North Salem State Bank, Platinum partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, and Dunn Insurance Agency. Gold partner, Endeavor Communications. Silver partner, Electric Plus. And bronze partner, Hankey Photography and DMH Photographics. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student-athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton, we're at halftime in a barn burner of a game with your Cascade Lady Cadets in search of their first victory of the season. At the moment, they have the lead by the slimmest of margins, 30-29 over the Decatur Central Lady Hawks. It's a game in which Cascade came out red hot, led by a score of 20-10 at the end of one quarter before Decatur Central began the second quarter on a 16-2 run to pull in the lead. Then Cascade started to get its offense back on track and regained the lead on a jump shot by Sophia Bryant in the final seconds of the second quarter, bringing us to our current score of 30-29. A look at the individual scoring. It's going to be relatively short. Olivia Bryant has 19 for Cascade, including 16 in the first quarter, followed by Hannah Rasnake with 7 and Sophia Bryant with 4. Then for Decatur Central, Vanessa Wilson has 16, followed by Isabelle Burr with 6, Ajulu Thotha with 4, and Kenzee Smith with 3. So basically, Cascade, the first quarter gave a very solid A performance. The second quarter, I think maybe they got a little complacent. And, I think part of the reason is that there wasn't like a blitz where Decatur Central scored 8 points, they hit like 3 field goals inside 30 seconds or 45 seconds and just, looked like world beaters. They just chipped away a little at a time, although there was that incident where there was the technical foul on Coach Carpenter, in which Vanessa Wilson hit both technical shots and then hit a three-pointer on the ensuing possession just a few seconds later. But other than that, it was very much just chipping away, and Decatur Central got a little cold from the field. But fortunately, I believe they managed to get through the first half without any fouls on Olivia and Hannah. So certainly they are likely to just play very loose and free there in the second half as well, not worrying about fouls and just concentrating on what they should be doing. Which is just helping Cascade win the game, particularly by scoring points. Although Olivia, a heck of a passer in her own right, as she proved last season, where she led the team in assists, and this year obviously showing that she's capable of not only filling the scoring void left by Bailey Walker and Michaela Collier, but that she's, capable of, doing even more. Bailey and Michaela each averaged around 14, 15 points last year, averaged 29 combined for the season, and Olivia topped them both in the first game, and she's on pace to do that again tonight. But certainly, it's only the third game of the season. I'm not the kind of guy, after 39 years of watching sports, I'm not the kind of guy who throws around the phrase must-win game very lightly. I think people do that. People use that phrase too casually. But I think this is close to being a must-win game for Cascade. If they were to lose this game, I wouldn't go as far as to say that their season is hopeless, because it isn't. But I will say that heading into the 6-game road trip, which starts with one of their toughest opponents, maybe the toughest opponent of the season, or probably at least one of the top 3 or 4 with Danville on Friday, you don't want to go into that not only being 0-3, but having lost all 3 games at home. So, and by the way, for those of you who also follow high school football, as I do, of course I commentate high school football, particularly Cascade. I commentated 7 of their games this season. But I did some checking because Danville is still in it in football. They play in the semi-state, in other words, the quarterfinal round for Class 3A this Friday. I did some checking because I wasn't sure. Cascade's opening game was supposed to be on the road a week ago Friday at Greencastle, but that game was moved to December 21st because Greencastle had a home playoff game that night in football. And so I thought that our Friday game might be postponed as well, but it's not because the Danville-Evansville Memorial Semi-State football game is actually going to be played on Friday at 5 p.m. So Cascade and Danville will go on as scheduled on Friday night, and we will be bringing you that one here on audiosportsonline.com. Although I hope you all will get out there. It's only 8 miles from here. So I'm almost certain that's going to be our shortest road trip of the season. And by the way, it will be one of 2 times that we play Danville at Danville this season. We're also playing them on Wednesday, January the 3rd, in the opening round of the Hendricks County basketball tournament. So it'd be great if we could, beat the Lady Warriors not only once but twice this year, especially since they are going to be a state championship contender this season. I mean, they with the same starting 5 they had last year, and with a freshman as the leading scorer, Ella Collier, they actually got all the way to the semi-state. So I'm really, hoping that they do well. And even though, I'm a Cascade fan first and foremost, I'm also a Hendricks County fan, and I cheer for the other Hendricks County teams when they're not playing Cascade. So now Decatur Central just returned. Also, a few of the players returned. Several of them have not returned yet. Wilson is back onto the court now, as is Reese Parks. And then one other player, let's see, that's number 14. That's Mia Jackson, who's a freshman. She's primarily a JV player. And now the rest of the Lady Hawks are returning. 2:05 to go. No sign of Cascade yet. In the opener a week ago tonight, my broadcast partner Colin Bruns and I talked about how odd it was that even though Indian Creek was trailing by 11 at that point, and now here comes Cascade, but even though Indian Creek was trailing by 11, they came back with about 5:50 left on the 10-minute halftime clock, and then Colin and I later agreed, well, apparently the coach knew what he was doing, because they came out, and played very well to pull off the big comeback win there in the second half. So now, while Decatur Central is warming up, Cascade is standing around on the sideline. I don't see Coach Carpenter yet. So the Lady Cadets now, they seem to be, just talking and being very casual. They seem to, think that they're in good shape in this one. And I'll tell you, I got so wrapped up talking at the half, I forgot one thing that I was going to do, and I could do it in another game this season, but I was actually going to give you a mini tour of the school here. I wasn't going to leave the immediate area, but I just want to show you some of the other things that are around here. Because, it occurred to me, probably there are some of you, like maybe grandparents who live, hundreds of miles away. Maybe you've never been to this school before, and you'd like to see something more than just, the camera view that you see during the games here. So, yeah, I can do that at another time. But it's very intimate here at Cascade. And actually, Olivia just pushed the rack of basketballs off the court. So Olivia really, taking matters into her own hands tonight in many ways. So that's great senior leadership there by Olivia, who is the early MVP of this team. So now Cascade returns to start the second half. I believe they have the starting 5 in there. And now Steele to start off, and it goes out of bounds, however, to Decatur Central, but heck of an effort there by Olivia. Well, when she's in the game, it makes a world of difference. So now Dyson throws to Wilson. Now to Smith. Puts it off the glass. No good. Burr puts it up and in, so Decatur Central goes back up. That's 8 points now by Isabelle Burr. 31-30, Decatur Central lead. 7:38 to go here in the third quarter. Cascade with the ball now. They'll take a lead. They'll take the lead back with any field goal. So now Olivia with the ball. Drives into the lane. And now it's stolen there by Burr. She tries to take it down. And now Sophia tries to block it, but it goes in. So 10 points now by Burr. She scored all 4 points in the game here in the third quarter. And now it's a 3-point lead. Now a jump shot. And now Amelia Bryant hits a jump shot and just fouled so she can tie by completing the 3-point play. Amelia Bryant with her first points. So come on, hit it. Let's get this tie. Amelia, the third leading scorer on the team, 8.5 coming into this game. She hits this one to tie it. 33-33, 7:11 to go here in the third quarter at Clayton. Now hopefully we'll get the lead and, not relinquish it again. So Tha with the ball now on the baseline. And now an errant pass, she put too much on it, and it goes out of bounds off the hands of Dyson to Cascade. 6:58 to go. Olivia brings it up now, guarded by Dyson. Showing a lot of speed there. Now pitches over, back to Olivia. Now she pitches over to the right perimeter. Now back to Hannah at the top of the key. And now a steal there by Smith, who brings it up. And now she pitches over to Tha, but it goes through her hands and out of bounds to, to Cascade. So that's the last 2 times an errant pass by Decatur Central has given Cascade the ball back. So 33-33, 6:32 to go. Cascade with the ball. They've led by as many as 10, trailed by as many as 4. So now Amelia Bryant over to Sister Olivia. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound Tha. Gives it over to Smith. And now over to Wilson, puts up a 3. No good. Rebound Cascade. And she pitches up to Olivia. Drives to the basket, puts it up. No good. Rebound Wilson. And now, but she it goes off her, and now she loses control, but tips it over to Tha, over to Smith, puts up a jumper, and she hits it. So Kenzee Smith with 5 points, and that puts Decatur Central back up 35-33 with 5:46 to go here in the third quarter at Clayton. So Olivia now over to Amelia. And now we've got, I believe, the reach in there against a Burr. Hopefully that puts her in foul trouble. I don't remember how many she has. 5:34 to go. Okay, that's only her second. Boy, it'd be great if we could get her in foul trouble. She's the team's leading rebounder, pulling in 10.7 a game. So Olivia with the ball, drives to the basket, and we've got I think they got somebody for a reach in against Olivia. That one's going to be against Dyson. That's only her first, team third. So we got 3 fouls in the first 2:32 of the half. Now and now Olivia, they got her for a travel. So Decatur Central with the ball and a 2-point lead. Dyson into Wilson. Wilson and Smith, the two dynamic sophomores for this Decatur Central team, who've been a big part of their turnaround. And now, however, Tha loses control of the ball. It goes out of bounds to Cascade. So some sloppy ball handling here to start off the second half by the Lady Hawks. Now we just need to get some points, tie it up, or better yet, get the lead back. So now we've got Carly Gibbs back into the game for Cascade. She thinks about a 3, then drives in, puts it up and off the glass, and she scores, and we're tied. So Carly Gibbs ties it at 35 now, and Burr on the other end. And now there's a loose ball there, nearly stolen there. Smith gets it into Thawthaw, who puts it off the glass and scores. So Thawthaw with 6 now. And Decatur Central goes back up with a little over a quarter and a half to play now. Baseline jumper on the other end. No good. Rebounded by Burr. And now another pitch back down to Thawthaw. She drives to the basket. And they got her for a charge. Yes. I think that's her first foul, or at least close to it. I don't think she's in foul trouble, unfortunately. It'd be great if we could get both her and Burr in foul trouble. But 4:24 to go now. Okay, that's her second, so 2 on the 2 6-footers, or the 6-foot plus players. The two, I'm sorry, Burr is listed as 5'9", but Thawthaw 6'2", so the 2 strong inside players now, but each with 2 fouls. Hopefully it'll get worse than that for them. Not that I wish them any harm, except that, just for us to win this game. So now we've got, I believe they called that a jump ball there. So it will be Cascade ball. 4:13 to go. They trail by 2. 4:13 to go in the third quarter. So Hannah with the ball now. Shoots a 3. In and out. And Dyson gets the rebound, gives it up to Wilson, who will bring it past midcourt as we hit the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Cascade trying to get its first win of the season. Decatur Central trying to move to 3-1. They're coming off 7 consecutive losing seasons, but they look like they're starting to get it turned around. So now Dyson with the ball. Cascade playing man-to-man defense. And now a steal there. And drive to the basket by Cascade. Puts it up, no good. The rebound, they got their own rebound, put it up, again no good. And now struggle for the loose ball, and I think they're going to get somebody on Cascade for a foul. Good effort by Cascade, but again, there's still too many shots aren't falling. And that's going to be against Sophia Bryant. That is her third. Now on the other end, Smith puts it up, no good. And now Cascade gets the rebound. Pitches down court, down to Olivia for 3. No good. Long rebound there, and now they got somebody fouled. Not sure who they're going to get. I think they're going to get Olivia for the foul on Smith. That's Olivia's first, though. She committed 3 in the first quarter on Saturday. And now we got an over and back violation. Apparently Smith didn't realize she already had 1 foot over the line. So 3:07 to go in the third quarter. Cascade down by 2 with the ball. And now Decatur Central takes a timeout. So let me catch my breath here. I have a feeling my throat's already very dry. So I'm going to get a large soda on the way home tonight, since I don't have anything to drink here with me. 3:07 to go here in the third quarter. Third game of the season. Cascade, they blew a 15-point lead, 15-point second quarter lead on opening night in a very painful loss to Indian Creek, in which Indian Creek got 21 offensive rebounds and Cascade committed 24 turnovers. Saturday, those areas of the game were greatly improved, with only giving up 7 offensive rebounds and 15 turnovers. But Olivia Bryant committed 3 fouls in the first quarter, didn't play again until the third quarter, and by that point, Cascade had a very low margin for error. They were playing against a great team, too. Covenant Christian, currently ranked number 10 in the state in Class 2A, has won 7 sectionals in the last 10 years. 2 seasons ago, got to the state championship game. Last year to the semi-state. Now the Lady Cadets, in a game that a few weeks ago, even a week ago, I thought was going to be an easy win. Now they're in a real struggle, but they still have a good shot, trailing only by 2. Now Hannah with a 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound there by Burr. She gives it up to Wilson, who brings it down court. 3 minutes to go now here in the third quarter. Cascade with just under 11 minutes to go. And now a defensive lapse. Wilson drives in and hits it. She has 18. So now Cascade now trailing by 2 possessions. Now a long three by Hannah. No good. Cascade gets the rebound, puts it up. No good. Cascade gets the rebound again, puts it up, and draws the foul. Who was that? So it'll be Carly Gibbs going to the line. She's got to hit them. Got to hit them both. Only that's on Duncan. That's her second. So Carly Gibbs now puts it up. She hits it after about 3 bounces. Makes it a one-possession game again, 39-36. Second one, she hit them both. Good. So 4 points by Carly Gibbs. It's a 2-point Decatur Central lead. Now Tha thinks about a 3, then dribbles. Pitches back over to Smith. Now pitches over to Wilson, wide open for 3. No good. And Cascade the rebound. Oh, I think the referee said it hit it hit out of bounds, but to Cascade. No, out of bounds to Decatur Central. I'm sorry about that. So 2:14 to go, and now into Tha, and she's I think they said that she was. I'm not sure what I thought it was going to be a reach in against Tha, but let's see. It's going to be that's against Norris. That's her 4th. Now inbounds to Tha again. She turns around, puts it up off the glass. No good. She gets the tipped rebound, though. Now she puts up a 3. No good. And now Cascade gets the rebound, trailing by 2. And now Tha goes for a steal. And now Burr comes away with it, though. But then Gibbs gets a steal, pitches up to Amelia Bryant. She pitches over to Olivia, and then she draws the foul. So a crazy turn of events there. And now Olivia will be going to the free throw line with a chance to tie it. She scored 16 in the first quarter, only 3 since. Come on, Olivia, hit both of these, then let's tie it. 1:51 to go here in the third quarter. Decatur Central on top, 39-37. Olivia's first one's no good off the front of the rim. Cascade trying to avoid an 0-3 start, all 3 games being at home. They start after tonight. They place their next 6 games on the road, will not be home for 31 days. So Olivia with the second one. She missed them both. Tha the rebound. Got to make her free throws. So now baseline jumper by Duncan, no good, and it goes out of bounds to Decatur Central. 1:41 to go here in the third quarter. So now Tha and Wilson are sitting down for Decatur Central. Now it's time to take advantage of their absence. So now Smith gets the inbounds pass. And now it's tipped into the hands of a Cascade player, but there's some miscommunication, and she wasn't ready for the downcourt pass, and Decatur Central comes away with it. Smith has the ball now, 1:23 to go. The wasted opportunity there by the Lady Cadets. They still only trail by 2, a little over a quarter to play. So now Burr inside, and she hits Dyson, who gets her first points of the game. So it's a 4-point Decatur Central lead again, a little over a minute to go. Now a long 3 by Olivia. She hit it! She hit it! She has a game-high 22 now. It cuts the lead to 1. 56 seconds to go in the third quarter. I think we're going to have Olivia with some more of her pyrotechnics in the fourth quarter if we're going to win this game. And now drive to the basket, puts it and draws the foul there. See, so Kenzee Smith will be going to the line. That's a foul on Gibbs. That's her second. So now Smith, first free throw is up. No good. No good. So Amelia Bryant coming into the game now. Hannah sitting down. Hannah has 7 points tonight. Smith's second free throw is good. She has 6, and it's a 2-point Decatur Central lead. Cascade with the ball, 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So now, and now they got. I think I think they're going to get. They're going to get Macy Cansdale for a travel. 28.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Burr and Thawthaw now back into the game for Decatur Central. And now a near steal there on the inbounds pass, but Smith keeps it. Takes it down to the other end. Decatur Central very well might hold for the last shot. They have a 2-point lead here. 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. So now Dyson handling the ball. 12 seconds to go. She drives now inside the 3-point line, pitches back to Smith, 8 seconds. Now drives into the lane, puts it up, no good. And now I don't think. And now a 3/4 court shot, no good there by Cansdale, and that ends the quarter. So your Lady Cadets down to their last 8 minutes to pull it out. They trail the Decatur Central Hawks by a score of 42-40 here on AudioSportsOnline.com. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the Cadets, Hendricks Regional Health. Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywall, and North Salem State Bank. Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation, and CJ's Pizza. Gold Partner, Endeavor Communications. Silver Partner, Electric Plus, and Bronze Partner, Hankey Photography and DMH Photographics. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton, we're about to start what should be a very tense fourth quarter with your Cascade Lady Cadets in danger of starting off the season 0-3 with all 3 games at home. They trail the Decatur Central Lady Hawks by a score of 42-40. It's a game in which Cascade led by 20-10 at the end of the first quarter, but then Decatur Central started the second quarter on a 16-2 run, and it's been neck and neck ever since with several lead changes. So now Kristen Dyson will start by inbounding the ball for Decatur Central. Into Smith. Now over to Isabelle Burr. Back to Smith. Or to Dyson, excuse me. It's nearly tipped away, but she gets the back and pitches over to Burr, who drives toward the basket. Now pitches out to Smith. Over to Dyson. Inside to Burr. Turns around. And now back out to Dyson. Misses a jumper. And rebound by Cascade. And now drive to the basket. And now it's knocked out of bounds to Cascade. So still Lady Cadets ball. They will tie with a 2, go ahead with a 3. That was Rasnake there who was driving to the basket, by the way. No, they said that she was fouled. Excuse me. I did not see the foul, but so Olivia Bryant going to the line now. She has a game-high 22. First one is no good. So Olivia 0 for 3 here on free throws here in the second half. She's got to hit her free throws. Olivia averaging 22 a game coming in to this game. She has 22 tonight. Oh, no, Olivia now 0 for 4 from the line here in the second half. She's got to do better than that. I mean, that's something that could cost us the game here. And now we've got I think it was a palming violation against Decatur Central. So Decatur Central not handling the ball. They've been a little bit careless with the ball at several times tonight, and that's helped Cascade stay in the game. Trailing by 2 now, 7:22 to go here in the fourth quarter at Clayton. Tight defense there by Cascade. And now a jump shot, no good. But you know, it's fight for the rebound. We got a jump ball. I believe the possession arrow favors us. Again, I cannot see the possession arrow from my vantage point because it's blocked by the senior posters. So Cascade inbound the ball from under their own basket. 7:04 to go now, trailing by 2. So now, 3-pointer there. No good, but they got her own rebound. And now another 3-pointer. No good. Got her own rebound, put it up. And I'm sorry, that was Amelia Bryant. Sorry. But nevertheless, she ties it. She has 5 points now. 42-42, 6:38 to go. Come on, let's just never let them get back in the lead again. Now Wilson drives to the net basket, pitches back out to Burr. Now over to Thawthaw, the baseline. Now errant pass. Cascade's got it. Pitches up to Olivia. She brings it down court. And she loses control, however. And now we got a struggle for the loose ball. Cascade, and now we've got another jump ball this time. The possession arrow favors Decatur Central. 6:19 to go, tied up here in the fourth quarter. Boy. You know, I remember after that after the Avon game last year in the regular season, which we trailed by 20, came back to win by 3. I referred to this team as the Cardiac Cadets, and that nickname sure holds true to tonight. So Wilson now with the ball, 6 minutes to go, and now she pitches over to Thawthaw, drives to the baseline. And now the shot is off the bottom of the backboard, out of bounds to Decatur Central. 5:53 to go. So now, Dyson is going to inbounds for the Lady Hawks into Wilson. Now over to Smith, puts up, I believe, a 3. I couldn't tell if her foot was on the line or not. Yeah, they counted as a 3. So. She has 9 now. Kenzee Smith has 9, and it's a 3-point Decatur Central lead. Now a 3-pointer at the other end by the Lady Cadets. No good. Burr picks up the rebound. Not sure that's really the best shot we could have taken. Now Decatur Central with a 3-point lead and the ball. 5:27 to go. So now Wilson over to Burr. Drives to the basket, puts it up, no good, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Thawthaw to Cascade. 5:09 to go. We got the ball trailing by 3. 5:09 to make the comeback. Olivia brings it past midcourt, guarded by Dyson. She gives it over to Hannah, drives to the basket, and it's knocked away. Smith comes away with it. Gives it over to Wilson, who brings it past midcourt. 4:54 to go. Now Decatur Central playing very methodically. Now suddenly Wilson makes a move, behind the back dribble, but she loses control over it, and Decatur Central and Cascade gets it, brings it up trailing by 3, pitches over to Olivia. She looks like she wants a 3, but she's guarded closely by Dyson. Pitches over, I think, to Hannah there on the perimeter. Now back. Now a 3-pointer there. No good. Cascade gets the rebound. They offensively rebounded very well tonight, and now we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Cascade. 4:24 to go, trailing by 3. Just let me take a deep breath here. All right. And now a 3-pointer there by Hannah. She hits it, and we're tied. Hannah has 10 now. And we got it, and then Cascade takes a timeout, 4:19 to go. Hannah has now topped what she did against Covenant Christian, in which she only scored 9, as she struggled to carry the offensive load while Olivia was out of the game. She's played a little better tonight. She has 10 points, 4:19 to go, and we're all tied up. Now, let's get a stop here, get the ball back, take the lead, and never surrender it the rest of the game. So now the mood in both huddles right now, seems to be calm but stone cold serious. for this being the third game of the season for Cascade and fourth for Decatur Central, it already has a near playoff atmosphere here. I mean, and to me, Cascade is the team that has the most to lose right now. I mean, Decatur Central loses a tough game on the road to a traditionally winning team. It's not that bad for the Lady Hawks. They're still 2-2 coming off 7 consecutive losing seasons with a pretty young team led by largely by two sophomores. And, they're playing a game that I think most people would have expected them to lose, whereas Cascade, it's pretty close to devastating if they, start off with 3 games at home and lose them all going into a 6-game road trip. And again, no home games after tonight for 31 days. So Wilson has the ball, pitches over to Dyson, over to Thawthaw. Now back over to Dyson, and then pitches over to Wilson in the front court now. And Wilson now back over to Kenzee Smith near the midcourt line, 4:02 to go now. And now Smith drives, pitches over to Thawthaw at the baseline, and now drives to the basket. And let's see, did they say she stepped on the line? Or let's see what. Okay, they said there was a foul on Hostetler. I believe that's her first. 3:54 to go now. Now over to now Kenzee Smith has the ball. 3:48 to go. We are tied here in the latter half of the fourth quarter now. Vanessa Wilson with the ball. She nearly stepped on the midcourt line. And now she pushed off. That was blatant. Wow. I mean, she stuck out her left hand and shoved Olivia to the floor. And the referee was right on top of it. 3:38 to go. It was a non-shooting foul, unfortunately. But nevertheless, we got the ball tied, with 3:35 to go in the game, assuming we don't go to overtime. And now the steal there, and now Smith drives to the basket, and she's fouled. Another wasted opportunity there by Cascade when we had a chance to take the lead. So now Kenzee Smith will be going to the line for 2. Foul on Hannah Rasnake. That's only her first. So our 2 leading scorers with only 1 foul each, thankfully. So Kenzee Smith at the free throw line, 3:28 to go. No good after 2 bounces. So we're still tied. And even if she hits this one and puts Decatur Central up by 1, we'll have a chance. We'll go up with any field goal. Second one is up. No good. So we got the ball, and we're tied. 3:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Barn burner of a finish coming at you here on audiosportsonline.com. Hannah Rasnake with the ball now, guarded by Thawthaw. And now the ball's knocked away. Dyson gets it, brings it down court. Pull-up jumper, no good, and Cascade gets the rebound. I think it's Olivia who comes away with it. She brings it down herself. Yes, she does. Shoots a 3, no good. A rebound put back up, no good, and Thawthaw gets the rebound. 2:55 to go. So still a tie game now. Vanessa Wilson throws up to Burr in the front court, and now Burr posts up, then pitches back out to Smith. Now over to Wilson for 3, no good. A rebound there by Cascade. Gives it to Olivia. She brings it past midcourt, and now I think they got they got a palming violation on Olivia. I was hoping it was a reach in on Thawthaw. So Decatur Central, with the game still tied, 2:31 to go here in the fourth quarter. And now Decatur Central takes a timeout. They will have the ball when we resume play. Wow. But yeah, this has almost a playoff-type intensity to it. Cascade, how will they respond to the pressure? I quote, the rock music group Styx a lot, even more so now since they really won my interest back with their brand new album, The Mission, which is their best album in decades, by the way. A real return to the classic, sound of the 70s. But anyways, they have a song from their 2003 album called Cyclorama, called These Are the Times. And I think they actually wrote it for their bass guitar player, Chuck Panazzo, over his struggle with AIDS, which he's a 27-year survivor of now. But anyway, The hook phrase of the song is, "These are the times we find out who we really are," and this is one of those times when I use that lyric because one of the things that determines how well you do in life is how well you respond to pressure. So let's see how the Lady Cadets respond to it. Will they rise to the occasion or not? So Burr has the ball now, drives down, and I believe they're going to get a Hannah for a reach in here. She's held her hands out as if to say, "What did I do?" And that does that. Oh, it's on Amelia Bryant, excuse me, but that does put Cascade. That does put Decatur Central into the bonus with 2:23 to go. So now Isabelle Burr going to the free throw line if she hits for the front end of a 1-and-1. She hits it, and Decatur Central goes up by 1. 2:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Decatur Central has nobody in the lane for the rebound, and Burr hits them both. She has 12 points now. Olivia brings it up for Cascade, trailing by 2. 2:18 to go in the fourth quarter here. And now a near steal, and it goes out of bounds to Cascade. 2:14 to go. So now Hannah to inbounds. No, excuse me, Amelia to inbounds the ball. Pitches over to Olivia in the backcourt. She brings it in past the midcourt line. Passes it over on the left perimeter. Now go over to Trinity Hostetler. Now over to Amelia. Now back to Olivia. And now drive to the basket. Layup, and it's good! Carly Gibbs has tied the game. 1:50 to go. Carly with 6 now. So the sophomore showing some promise. Maybe she'll be that third offensive player to step up, who I talked about in the pregame show. 1:40 to go now. Tied at 47. Vanessa Wilson with the ball now. And now passes over to Smith, who drives to the lane. She's got an open space, but let's see. We got a whistle here with 1:28 to go. Let's see what the call is. I think Smith is going to be going to the line. That's going to be on Hannah Rasnake. That's her second. So Kenzee Smith will be going to the line, trying to break the tie with 1:28 to go here in the fourth quarter at Clayton. First one is up. It's good. So the Lady Hawks have the lead back. Second one is up. And good. Kenzee Smith with 11 points now. So Olivia will brings it up. Over to Hannah. Now back over to Olivia at the left perimeter. She now pitches, and now Amelia gets it. Gives it over to Carly. He drives to the basket. P puts it up. No good this time. Vanessa Wilson, the rebound. 1:06 to go. She brings it down herself. Tries to take it. No, then she pitches up to Burr. Loses control, but puts it back up. No good. And now fight for the loose ball. She puts it back up again, and she's fouled. 57.4 seconds to go now. Decatur Central with a 2-point lead. About to go to the line for 2 free throws by Izzy Burr. And Decatur Central takes its full timeout. Wow. It's deep tension here in this old-fashioned fieldhouse type gym here. Here right off of US 40, 15 miles west of Indianapolis. It's a very peaceful community of only 400 people, but we got about 200 people in this gym tonight. And, while we have a few dozen fans who made the trip from Decatur Central on the southwest side of Indianapolis, it's mostly homegrown Cascade fans who want victory here in the worst way tonight, as do the young ladies on the floor who represent this lovely community. This will be a heartbreaker. So now both teams return to the floor now. Okay, as I said, it was not a shooting foul. I thought it was. So now we give a few seconds to get a steal. And now into Thaw. She puts it up. It's blocked. And now now Cascade gets it. Cascade gets it. I think they got Thaw for a foul as she went too aggressively trying to get it back. Okay, so that means we'll go to the line for a one-on-one. Let's see who is that. I cannot tell. Okay, Trinity Hostetler. She is not a good offensive player. She's a great rebounder, but only 3 points in the first 2 games. Come on, Trinity, hit this. It's up. No good. And now, now thought the rebound. And now we got to get the ball back. Smith has it. She gets it past midcourt. 45 seconds to go. We need to get the ball back. And, hopefully with enough time that we don't have to rush anything. And now Burr with the ball inside to Thaw. Turns around, puts it up off the glass and in. So Thaw, 8 points now, and now we're down by 2 possessions now, so we need to get 2 scores in a hurry. 3-pointer there by Olivia from the corner, no good. And now Thaw the rebound. We got to foul immediately. Got to foul him. What are we waiting for? And now we wasted 3 or 4 seconds there. Now we foul Smith, and now 14 seconds to go. Now this is Decatur Central's to lose. Oh no. Oh no, my God, this would be awful to lose this one. And now we got a timeout here. Wow. 30-second timeout by Cascade, and even 14 seconds to go, they trail by 4. And now Decatur Central will be shooting a one-on-one when we return to action. But yeah, wow. Cascade should have ended these first 3 home games no worse than 2-1. And, then if we do lose today, then we will have given away 2 of our first 3. Now, granted, we haven't done as much to give this one away as we did against Indian Creek. Not even close, but still, we should have had this one. So Kenzee Smith on the free throw line. Hopefully she'll miss the first one. We'll get a quick score here, but she hit it, so it makes the lead 5. Smith with 12 points now. 52-47, 14 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Second one, no good. So Smith has 12 now. Decatur Central needs 2 quick shots. Now a 3-pointer is good. That cuts the lead to 2. That was Hannah. 7.7 seconds to go, and we're still alive. Hannah with 13 now. Okay. So now we've got to, if we don't get a steal, Cascade takes a full timeout. Now, if we don't get the steal on the inbounds pass, we just have to foul immediately. So, well, I'll tell you, Cascade has given a great effort. There have been a few mental mistakes down the line in the game. A few times where we settled for a 3 when we should have worked it inside. But then a few times when we just got a little overzealous to try to after a steal or a rebound to try to convert it and just made a sloppy pass and ended up losing a possession without scoring any points. But overall, I mean, there's been a lot more to like than not to like today, but still, if we lose this one, we can point to easily just a few plays, including the technical by Coach Carpenter. That very well might have made the difference. Not to mention Olivia going 0 for 4 from the free throw line. And granted, Olivia's play, gave us a chance to win, but certainly one thing, the moral of the story of this game, you got to hit your free throws. So now they squander, and now we get the ball back, Olivia, and no, we lose it. Oh my God! Oh no! Oh, Cascade loses it. We got a steal, but then the ball was tipped loose, and we never got a shot off. So another heartbreaking loss for your Cascade Lady Cadets. They dropped to 0-3 on the season with a 52-50 loss to the Decatur Central Lady Hawks. We'll be back with a recap and a look ahead to Friday's game at Danville after these words from our sponsors on audiosportsonline.com. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywalls, and North Salem State Bank, Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, and Dunn Insurance Agency, Gold Partner, Endeavor Communications, Silver Partner, Electric Plus, and Bronze Partner, Hankey Photography, and DMH Photographics. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student-athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton for a final time tonight where your Cascade Lady Cadets have suffered another heartbreaking loss. A week ago tonight, on opening night, they lost by 2 points after blowing a double-figure lead. History repeated itself tonight as they led 20-10 over Decatur Central at the end of one quarter, but end up falling by a score of 52-50. Really, there were several things that really did cascade in. First of all was allowing Decatur Central to go on a 16-2 run to start the second quarter. Then 4 missed free throws in the second half by Olivia Bryant. And then a technical foul on Coach Carpenter that he didn't seem to understand what it was for. And again, I didn't see anything. I didn't hear any words he said. Some referees have shorter fuses than others. Some referees even mishear things. So I'm not going to make any assessments of Coach Carpenter except to say that the technical did contribute to the loss, whether it was deserved or not. So anyway, my mom just said, I just got a text from my mom. It says sorry, and then there's a tearful face, and it says, too reliant on Olivia, be careful coming home, and then a heart, and good job. So thank you, Mom. But anyway, basically, in the second half, after we led 30-29 at the end of the first quarter, at the end of the second quarter, after we had trailed 26-22, then Olivia and Hannah hit a couple of three-pointers to, put us back in the lead. Then there were a couple of more lead changes in the quarter. And then second half, it was just, lead changes all the way. I don't think either team was separated by more than 4 or 5 points the entire second half. It was a barn burner. And, I think this is one of those games that was going to come down to who made the, fewest mistakes. There were a couple of middle errors. I think Cascade, they played very hard. You go back to the opening loss to Indian Creek where we, gave up 21 offensive rebounds, committed 24 turnovers. The rebounding effort the last two games has been very, very good. The turnovers have not been as much of a problem. They're still a problem, but not as much as they have been. But a lot of the turnovers we committed tonight were because they were actually ironically related to effort because we got so overzealous after a rebound or a turnover to convert it into points. We just hurried. John Wooden was full of great quotes, and one of my favorites from him was, be quick, but don't hurry. And Cascade, they just did too much hurrying tonight and had too many ill-fated turnovers, including, on the last possession, where, Hannah hit the three-pointer with 7.7 seconds to go to cut the lead to 2 points. And then on the inbounds pass, we got a steal, and Olivia came up with the ball, but she got so overzealous that she ended up losing control. And I think I can't think a Decatur Central player got a hand on it too, but nevertheless, we never got a shot off. And there were 4 or 5 other plays like that at least tonight that really hurt us. So let's look at the individual scoring. Olivia Bryant had 22 points, but 16 of them were in the first quarter, and she was 0 for 4 from the free throw line in the third and fourth quarters. And so, yeah, it was, if we could have just gotten, say, if she had hit even 2 of those free throws, the outcome of the game might have been different. So while her three-point shooting has been very good so far this season, it's been stellar at times, I guarantee you she's going to be working on her free throws in practice these next couple of days. Then Hannah Rasnake had 13 points. So once again, Olivia and Hannah the only double-figure scores. It's been that way. Hannah didn't get to double figures against Covenant Christian. She stopped at 9. But Olivia and Hannah are the only Cascade players who scored at least 10 points in a game this season. They combined for 50 a week ago against Indian Creek. Then they combined for only 23 in the game on Saturday. Tonight they did better, combining for 35, but it just wasn't quite enough. So, again, we need a third player to step up offensively. That third player could be Carly Gibbs, the 5'6" sophomore who had, in only a few minutes of action tonight, 6 points. I have a feeling she's going to be playing a lot more Friday night at Danville. Then rounding out the rest of the starting lineup, Amelia Bryant had 5 and Sophia Bryant had 4. So that means Trinity Hostetler, while she's a great rebounder, she's started all 3 games so far, but only scored a total of 3 points. So if we could even get 4 or 5 a game from her, I mean, that would be a nice bonus. Although her rebounding really has helped. She's rebounding about as well as Bailey Walker did, maybe even a little better than Walker did last season as a senior. And, of course, Walker now playing for Franklin College. Then looking at the scoring for Decatur Central, Vanessa Wilson led the way with 18 points, followed by Isabelle Burr with 12, Kenzee Smith with 12, Ajulu Thatha with 8, and Kristen Dyson with 2. So for Decatur Central, the starting 5 accounting for all of their points. And it's the sophomores, Wilson and Smith, who combined for 30 of the points. And then only 2 points coming from a senior, Dyson. So this Decatur Central team, which now rises to 3-1 with this win, would they rise to 3-1 on the season with this win tonight? Boy, you can imagine how good they're going to be a year from now. So clearly that program finally starting to get on track after, like I said, 7 consecutive losing seasons. So, wrapping up my analysis of this game, our losses, and keep in mind Cascade plays one of the toughest schedules of any 2A team in the state. You look at our 3 opponents now. Indian Creek's a 3A school, and one of the better 3A schools in the state, I might add. I mean, they usually have winning records. They've won 3 sectionals in this decade. Covenant Christian ranked number 10 in the state in Class 2A, consistent top 10 team. Like I said, they made the state championship game a couple of years ago. 7 sectional championships the last 10 years, semi-state championships. They made it to the semi-state last season. So, and then tonight, Decatur Central, a 4A team. They've been a below-average 4A team for a long time, but it looks like they're going to be at least an average 4A team this season. So, we've played 3 games that are probably against teams that are probably better than anybody in our sectional. And we should have won 2 of them. And, with Olivia in the game the whole 32 minutes, I think it would have been neck and neck against Covenant Christian. So, this might not seem very comforting, but, we're probably the best 0-3 team, at least in Class 2A right now. One of the best 0-3 teams in the state. And, this road trip coming up, we're going to have a good chance to win several of those games. Friday night, like I said, at Decatur Central, at Danville, Then Tri-West a week from tonight. That's probably going to be neck and neck at Martinsville, which will be 2 weeks from tomorrow. They're a top 10 4A team with Kayana Traylor, who I think is going to be a Miss Basketball candidate this year, one of the best players ever to come out of Indiana. She's already one of the best players to come out of Indiana, already committed to Purdue. She torched us last season. She torches just about everybody who she plays. We'll probably lose that one. But then Brown County on December the 2nd, which is a Saturday. That's Saturday afternoon game. I think that's going to be a boys-girls doubleheader game. That's going to be very winnable. Then we beat Brown County easily last season. At Cardinal Ritter on December 5th, which is a Tuesday. That's 3 weeks from tonight. Ritter's a great team, but we took them down to the wire last season, even though Bailey Walker missed a lot of the game with foul trouble. Again, that's very winnable. And then finally, to close out the road trip, we have Edgewood there on Friday, December the 8th. Again, that's they're a pretty average team, so that's going to be winnable as well. We got a solid win over Edgewood last season. And then finally to round out the road trip 4 weeks from tonight. 4 weeks from tonight. And hold on, I'm sorry, let me pull this. My internet connection had a halt, so I have to. The schedule went down, so I have to pull it back up again. But then, anyway, 4 weeks tonight. Oh yeah, Monrovia. We wind up the road trip against Monrovia 4 weeks from tonight, and again, that should be a very winnable game. Lady Bulldogs, off to a 1-3 start this season. And, they even lost to a 1A school, Greenwood Christian, so we should win that one. And then, we coming back, then finally after that, we'll have 2 back-to-back home games on December the 15th and 16th, Friday and Saturday against Owen Valley. That's part of a boys-girls varsity doubleheader. And then the next afternoon against South Putnam. 2 very winnable games. So I think we're going to, I think we're going to head into Christmas at, and then before Christmas we play at Greencastle on December 21st. That's a Thursday there, and Greencastle's 0-3 on the season. That's a makeup of the what was supposed to be our opening night game. So I think we're going to head into Christmas above 500 and with a lot of momentum going into the new year. Heading into the last month of the regular season and the sectional. We need, we've corrected the rebounding problems. We need to get a little better with the ball handling, although we're doing better in that. We need to get another offensive player again. Maybe Carly Gibbs will do it. But, there is still plenty of time. I mean, we're 2 plays away from being 2-1. And, 2 plays and 3 fewer Olivia Bryant fouls maybe away from even being 3-0. So, the main thing, my main concern right now, because I seeing the way that the Lady Cadets have improved, the things that plagued them in Game 1, I have no doubt they're going to, improve the things that are plaguing them now. My main concern is that they don't lose their confidence. They've lost 2 games after leading by double figures. I want to make sure that, I can't. I mean, my concern is that they keep their confidence up and not every time they get a lead think they're going to lose it again. And I think once they get a couple of victories under the belt, they'll be fine. They just have to get over that psychological hump. And that's why, it'd be nice if they had, a cupcake on the schedule to, allow us to do that. But at the same time, the schedules that we're playing make us better. I look at, a lot of the Catholic schools in football who, have murderous schedules and, have losing regular season records and yet win state championships because they play such tough regular seasons that the tournaments are easy by comparison. And Cascade, they play almost a schedule that tough so that by the time sectional rolls around, a lot of the teams that we'd play in our sectional are going to be, of much lower caliber, and it will be a lot easier by comparison. Now, granted, what happens in the sectional, a lot of it depends on the almighty draw, but certainly scheduling tough, can often make you better for the tournament. You just have to make sure that you don't get your confidence down. As long as you keep your confidence up, keep the eye of the tiger all 32 minutes, play good, solid, fundamental basketball. Don't really keep unforced errors very low. And like John Wooden said, be quick but don't hurry. Then you're going to have a good shot to win a lot of the games. And I still think Cascade is going to win a lot of games last year. We probably won't get the 17 we did last year unless we make a deep tournament run, but I think we are going to finish above 500. And really, I might hope all season, and because I've seen this happen a lot of times in 39 years of watching sports, I see a team that looked like they were peaking, flamed out in their first tournament game or first tournament round. Then the next year they weren't quite as good, but they came back and made a much deeper tournament run, and I'm really hopeful that's still what's going to happen with Cascade this year. And I think there's a good chance that it will. So I think really right now, despite the 0-3 record, we need to take a glass 2/3 full rather than 1/3 empty approach because there's a lot more right than wrong with this Cascade team right now. And I think even a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now and on to the rest of the season, we're going to be winning the kind of games that we've lost so far, especially the 2-point losses to Indian Creek and then, again, to Decatur Central. So keep your heads up, Hawks fans. We got a lot of basketball ahead of us, about 20 regular season games left, and then the tournament. And I think our best days are still ahead of us. So, once again, your final score here tonight, Cascade falls again, this time by 2 points to Decatur Central, 52-50, and drops to 0-3 on the season, while Decatur Central climbs to 2-1. And Decatur Central returns to action with their first road game of the season, kicking off a 6-game road trip Friday night at Danville. The Lady Warriors ranked number 12 here in the state in Class 3A, returning all 5 starters from last year's regional championship team, led by 5'11" sophomore sensation Ella Collier, who's averaged 20 points a game. The Lady, other than Collier, they have 4 good but not great players who just are outstanding as a unit. They're a tough team to beat, but we beat them last year, 69-62. Hopefully we'll repeat it, and hopefully do it twice since we play them again, like I said, on Wednesday, December 3rd, on Wednesday, January 3rd, again at Danville to kick off the Hendricks County Tournament. Well, this concludes our broadcast. As always, thank you so much for listening, and I cordially invite you to do so again Friday night at 7:15 as your Cascade Lady Cadets play the state championship contender Danville Lady Warriors. Until then, for AudioSportsOnline.com, this is Lec Zorn reminding you there is a difference only you can make.